So Schubert impromptu, Opus 90, number 3. Very beautiful, of course. Has those layers of 3, you can say, sometimes 4 independent voices. And I believe in order to master this piece, one has to practice them separately. So now the most important, of course, is the soprano melody, which has these rhetorical figures of longing, of calling someone, those repetitive notes, and 2 harmonies, of course, G flat major and E flat minor, which of course have different colors as well. So this is of course the most important, but this is also important because if we play too softly the left hand, if we play like this, then the right hand doesn't have the wisdom that it needs. So we also have to feel the left hand, this repeated elements of left hand also help with the calling, longing expression. And the middle voices they're problematic sometimes for students or us, because if we use the same action for the top notes as for the middle notes, they start to be interrupting the line, and we get something like this, which is not right. So we need to try to relax and play this with the arm motion, relaxing, using the weight of the hand, and then this is just fingers, but fingers with a very relaxed wrist. They're not active fingers like this. Instead of just in the circular motion of the wrist, we let the fingers play. So, and the very important thing right now is also when we play is of course not just thinking how to make the motions, but hearing that this is the melody all the time, the calling element. And the middle notes are just feeling it out. 2 pedals should be 1 pedal here, the E flat minor. Another very important element is listening all the time, because those little notes we have to hear at the end, and the B flat got killed by those little ones, so this was wrong. Now it's okay, now the B flat is still there and I can connect it to the next B flat. All the time when we play the top notes, we need to make sure that the bottom notes are all the time under the top notes. That the top is always winning, you can say. That the melody can be still carried on and it's never get killed by the little guys. How to practice? So this is one way of practicing what I already showed. Another way of practicing, you can also differentiate the articulation. So you can play without pedal, any pedal, and trying to connect everything possible as much as possible. So even those guys are the same notes. If we don't lift them completely from the key, but play in the middle of the key, we can connect them legato. Come out. Maybe one time we could also play forte. But not too many times like this. Not more forte than piano, because we kind of kill our hearing aesthetics, and it's of course, when I play in a normal way, I probably will not do that, but for right now, to have a better even feeling of legato, and here's very important a moment, there's a crescendo and diminuendo, and here's a little awkward, because if we go, but I can't, so I try to do it as close as possible. But it's also possible and then cleaning up the pedal tiny bit after this, so it's not so dirty, by hearing still the harmony here, and also this. I wouldn't change on this, because if you do this, we don't get rid of the D flat. So trying to change the pedal tiny bit, but not completely. So practicing like this without pedal and staccato also will help with getting the melody, the balance between the elements.